Fredlings, I want to thank every single one of you that has watched 1 second to a million minutes on this series of QuaraCraft Season 2. This season has by far been the greatest Minecraft SMP series I ever have done, just based on the community alone, as well as the integration of builds and time lapses we did within the community. I want to thank everyone so much. But this is also a sad episode, episode 23. And I am just so happy and sad that we've done so much in this short period of time. The time-lapse footage has definitely made this series turn out so well. And what we're going to do for this final episode is we're going to look at some of our favorite builds and some of our favorite builds that other people have built. So we're going to start off at our house, explain what we did, and work our way backwards. The final build that we built for ourselves in this series was my quote dream house. It's not exactly my dream house. There's one aspect into this house that is my dream house, is the open concept, and the basketball court downstairs. And right here, you just get this beautiful view of the town, and especially Subcity 2.0, you get this beautiful view over here. Oh, it's just so wonderful. And it's such a nice house to build off of. I know we wouldn't Minecraft live here, but it's just so open and concept vibe. I would just love the opportunities and the possibilities to just have parties here and have a good time with friends. And I know this is a ladder, but picture this could be an elevator or something to get down there. And the next thing that I want to point out is this beautiful mob farm that I built in a time lapse a long time ago. It is super efficient and functioning. It works so well. Mobs spawn in, they flip-flop, water pushes them down. It's so useful. It's probably one of the most useful farms that I built here in this series. I think it is the most useful farm because I get skeletons, I get bones, I get everything. I could show you real quick. The second thing that I do want to show here is this TNT tree farm. Even though it was such a great idea, it was a bust. Shin pointed out to me that it is a inefficient farm because of the TNT blowing up the majority of the blocks that I got. So we did decommission this after a while. Here's my temporary pumpkin farm and a sugarcane farm as well. But here are some of the drops that we have down here. We got gunpowder, string, arrows, bones, rotten flesh, as well as the miscellaneous items as well. It's an absolute must-have. Moving on, our farm and original design co-built with Omar. Omar came over here and built a bunch of beautiful, beautiful animals and these little steads, keeping everyone intact and in shape. I love the farm concept design, just keeping it open and fresh, making this look like a real sort of wheat field. It looks absolutely phenomenal. Omar continued adding this little storage house room. This was supposed to be our main area to build and stuff, and obviously here are all the items from Shin from the Christmas episode are in here laid out, as well as a gift from Jordan and our original bed from the series. And a long time ago on our YouTube channel, we did record this on a time lapse and I trimmed it out. But this is our beautiful mine shaft that we dug so much apart, got so many resources that we couldn't even use them all in this season. It's my first time I ever built an auto smelter, as well as an auto sorter without any water. We named the blocks bruh in the system, so it was super awesome. Down here we have a simple, I've said a lot of simple stuff, but a very simple trading farm here that uses rotten flesh from our mob farm, which we traded up for one rotten flesh, or nearly one rotten flesh for one emerald. But if you trade with them too much, they will continue to go back up. That's something I did not realize. As well as down here, we have some miscellaneous people selling stuff for sticks and string. I wanted the string people so we could start utilizing all of those mob drops to our advantage. And over here, too, we have a little bruh. Little bruh is going to have to stay here for the remainder of this series. Our main man, Jordan, came down here and did a lot of mining for us on the off time just because he was bored, really did need that mining help. And I know a lot of people were screaming to me to pick up these diamonds We are finally picking them up, and we actually got 24 diamonds out of that. Jeff Gordon's number, 24 is one of my favorite numbers. My favorite number is actually 12, then 24, which is actually just a coincidence. But it's super awesome to have that in here. But I thought I put somewhere in here. Yes, here are my diamonds. So throughout the entire series of QuaraCraft, I spent the only diamonds that I spent were the diamonds that I mined. And we have 37 diamonds remaining. And when we walk over to our shop, oh no, actually a little bit more than that. We have 39 diamonds. And if we walk over to our shop later, where's my I think I had a box that was just for thrift C&Os. Here we are. Thrift C&Os, and through the entire, oh no, we actually got to continue adding that up. So we'll continue adding that up when we get over to the thrift C&Os store. So let's put those in there so we don't lose those. This is a build that I wanted to continue working on, but I was unable to, was the Thrift C&Os store sign, the best deals on QuaraCraft. This build was so mega that I was unable to complete it. I mean, maybe it's not a complete mega build because it is small in details, but if I ever did something like this in the future, I would have to really spend a lot of time. This farm was plagued by rain way too much. It killed all the snowmen multiple times, and I really just gave up hope after a while. I put a bunch of snowmen down, and I just waited and just watched my screen like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and I just made sure that they wouldn't die. Now, the other issue with this, as you see here, is that these snowmen deal 0 damage, but they will attack hostile mobs. So a lot of the issues here as well was hostile mobs will spawn, and they would kill all of my snowmen. So that's why you see here that these are floating, so no hostile mobs can spawn underneath them. Baby zombies cannot spawn under them because baby zombies need a too tall area to spawn, because they actually need to be a zombie and then turn into a baby zombie in the algorithm. So this is a build that I really do wish turned out and was finished, but we'll keep that in mind for maybe QuaraCraft Season 3. So I obviously see that there has been some additions to this place, but the Nether Farm built by Shin and Jordan, because I believe both of them helped build this, they have added bees, they have added a roof, and this farm alone is just so useful because you could put your gold bars in here, trade with the hoglins, and it just drops out over here. All auto-sorted, which I love to see. And this landing pad here, too. It's very complicated. Not super complicated, but very nice, because this did come in handy. Just the ability to see something like that. It's one of my favorite, because I would love to build this. And my single-player worlds is this gold farm. This gold farm works absolutely miracles. If you've seen the live streams or watched me in a video, just standing in the middle, hitting one zombie pigman, you can get so much gold. It is unbelievable. And we can take a look at some of his profits here too. I know he spent a lot of it. He spent a lot of it on gold blocks that he gave to me. He gave me a shulker box full of gold blocks filled to the top. That's just the sheer amount of hard work that they put into making that design, or looking up a design, just having and spending the time to stand there in AFK, because obviously even if you could build a design, you need to stand there in AFK. But my most favorite build is actually by both of them as well. It is their castle and their little medieval town, which I haven't actually looked at it at nighttime, but it looks absolutely phenomenal. I know we did a tour video here, so I won't go through all the little bits of detail, but this is absolutely beautiful, and it even looks even better at nighttime. You got the castle up there, and then you have the little village that complements this completely well. Little farm animals, a little bit of this. You have beacons that actually don't look out of place, and they're included. It just is absolutely wonderful build, and I do believe out of all the builds on this server, we're not going to be able to take a look at all of them today, I do believe that this one does take the cake at being the best one here on the server. moving on, we're going to look at this person's base because I have never actually seen it before. And I have absolutely no ideas who base this is. But there's a lot of stuff that happens on QuaraCraft that I am unable to take a look at throughout the entirety of the season. So stumbling upon this here at the end is something that I would have never covered. And I know there's a few other people that play on this world, but an absolutely beautiful build as well. It looks like it's sort of like an end city that's rebuilt. I think that's what they were going for. Looks like it's an end city that was rebuilt into this alive lifestyle, because you kind of see those little, like, it kind of really does. I don't know if that's the design, but that's what it looks like. And my most favorited area this entire season is the shopping district. Now, the shopping district was probably one of my most competitive schemes I've ever done here in Minecraft that I did end up giving up on. But we did make so much money. This beautifully designed in and out place for the nether room, absolutely gorgeous, using terracotta, bricks, granite, dark or blackstone, smooth sandstone, lanterns, just an absolutely wonderful design, as well as these custom windows. I love that. Absolutely beautiful. And let's take a look at the map too, because we haven't had an opportunity to take a look at the map. But this is the spawn island, if I am correct, and this is where I got my first pieces of iron here. We have the tic-tac-toe. No, not tic-tac-toe. Connect 4 over here on the side. We had a couple fun games with Omar over there. That was such a beautifully designed mini game. I think there were supposed to be more mini games, but we never got onto it. We have an old shop, a slime shop, sad ghost shop. She was very upset with me trying to outcompete her in wood, which I ended up buying more wood from her than I probably ever sold. AJ's shop down here, Shin shop, Jordan / Wicked's casino and building, then my shop, and then Wicked's redstone shop, and then the museum. So let's take a look one more fly over just this beautiful town. If we're looking at the best designed shop, I would have to give it to Believer Arts. Believer Arts, also known as AJ, coming on in here, making an absolutely wonderful shopping area, and it was the most useful shop to me. There his logo and everything. It's the prettiest. It is absolutely the prettiest shop I've ever seen. He sells wool. He sells books. He sells his logo. That's backwards now because I'm looking at it the wrong way. Bamboo, like just this design and just the amount of effort he put into this, and a flying pad, because he already had a bookshop, but he moved it. It's absolutely wonderful modern architecture, and that is by far my favorite. Speaking of my second favorite shop, it's my shop. We built this on a time-lapse video. We sell the best deals on QuaraCraft, and I want to take a look at some of our stonks at the end. Redstone was our big supply and demand early on and slowly died off, but we have so many more diamonds here, and I want to do the final diamond count while we look through all of these chests one last time. Somebody did even buy soul sand from us. Never thought that would be possible, but somebody did. See, this is the great thing. Our shop was supposed to be the Walmart of the server, and I think it did very, very well at that. Obviously, some of our stuff didn't sell very well, and some of it did, but being the most capitalist on the server was probably my biggest downfall, because I was really unable to keep up with supply and demand. But we did make a lot of diamonds doing this. But AJ did assist here. I told him that I did want some fly in and fly out areas, which I put those little cool signs there. And you can see that this design is very similar, especially the front, because he redesigned this from my original design. But down here was completely all him. And even though I didn't have the stock to fill this in, it looks so filled in but not cluttered. Because you can fill stuff in and it can feel cluttered, but this does not feel cluttered. It just is an absolutely wonderful design, and very grateful for this season and having everyone come out here and help. Let's look at our final diamond totals. We made 4 stacks of diamonds and 2 short of a half a stack. So I'm going to say 4.5 stacks of diamonds this season. An absolutely wonderful feat of money. We never spent any of our profits, and now we are going to be able to retire from this world with having a little cash in our pockets. But the final, most favorite build that I did was the community project, the museum. We saw a lot of time lapses on this, and we added 2 sakura trees on the outside, the cherry blossoms. And this community build was even better than I ever imagined because of the ability of sharing the space with other people. And looking through the history, we have the Claude from Chicago exhibits, and I did try to label this out as bestly as I can. And there's a more in-depth, detailed look on one of our past episodes, but those are all my original ores, diamonds, blocks mined, pickaxes, a gift from Shin, Wicked, the sled. Oh my goodness. Just this alone, I really wish my Optifine was working. But just this is something you would see in a museum, and it just is absolutely mind-boggling that I had the ability to put this in here and remember all those true memories, and I'm very thankful for all the gifts that we've gotten and received. The museum did well. Should have told more people that we were saving items, but I'm very happy that this build turned out so well here for QuaraCraft Season 2. Now, I did want to end QuaraCraft Season 2 and the original place we started from. There was a little bit of some modifications here. This was an absolutely wonderful series, Fredlings, and I want to thank you so much for watching the series. And I hope you stay around and tune for the rest of our QuaraCraft. There is no Season 1 of QuaraCraft, but the full playlist for Season 2 is in the description down below. And remember, a real Fredling makes their own luck.